I'm Ollie from Cohort Wealth. Welcome to our first video on our new channel. We are going to be covering a range of sort of educational type things, and we're going to be posting analysis videos, like technical analysis, on a daily and weekly basis. The first video today it's only going to be a short one, and it's going to be covering support and resistance lines and how to plot these on your charts. The charts that we like to use a program called TradingView. It's free and internet based. It's quite easy to find. We like it because it's sort of quite clean and simple. Everything's easy to find and use, and it's really good for sort of drawing stuff onto the charts. A lot of the programs like MT4 and stuff like that, they're good for viewing price action, but the drawing tools are pretty poor, and they're just not nice to look at. Okay, so support and resistance. It's something that we use quite a lot in our trading plan and strategy. It's a really good tool for finding areas that the market's likely to reverse and sort of have a bit of a reaction around. There's support and resistance, they're two different things. Support it's easiest to show you on a chart. For an example, really, is if the price is in a downtrending market, a support area is an area where it struggles to break through that level, and it's where buyers start coming into the market. So if we look back here, if we look to the left, a quick sort of support area example would be this here. We've been coming down, it's reached this level, it's managed to reject this level. You can see the strong sort of price action going on around here, and then it's come back up, it's come back down, back up, and it's come back down to this similar sort of level again. So this is showing that there's quite a lot of support in the market, and there's a lot of buyers holding it up at this level. This is what we're looking for, really, because that's an idea that, you know, that in the future, if the price comes back down to this level, then we can look and sort of keep an eye on it and see how it reacts around it, and if we get some nice price action, then we can look to trade it. Resistance is exactly the same, but the opposite in effect. It's where the price has been rising and we come to a level that the buyers are running out of steam, sellers are starting to come into the market, and it's struggling to get through. Use it exactly the same as how we use the support. It's areas that it's not instantly a sort of signal to sell or buy. It's more something that to draw our attention to, so then we can look at it and see how it sort of pans out from there, really. An example of a resistance level would be this here. So as you can see, it's come up, hit this level, which you can see it's also hit back around here, dropped. We've had a bit of sort of consolidation, back up, and it's not managed to break through it again. So then that's dropped off. So as you can see, this sort of support is where it's a level that's sort of supporting the market, holding it up, and resistance, which is at the top, something that's resisting, it can't break through it. So, okay, so how do we find and draw these on our charts? On TradingView, we've got a few simple tools. I start with the horizontal line tool on the left hand side. You can zoom right out to the point we can actually see, not like that. So then, as we mentioned before, we spotted that sort of nice resistance level here. So around where the cursor is now, you can see, look, if I draw the line, we've had 1 hit, pull back, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we can see this is a pretty strong area, so that would be a good one to look at. Then coming further down, we look, I just use the tool, click on it, bring it, and then just sort of drag it down until I find an area really that the market's hit and rejected quite a few times. So we can look around this sort of level here. We can see that it sort of stalled, pulled back, stalled, pulled back, stalled back, and then this is, I'll cover this later, this is where, in fact no, I may as well just cover it now. This is where the previous resistance now turns support. This is something that happens quite often. Basically, it comes through, breaks through the resistance, pulls back, and then that same line that we were using as a resistance level earlier now becomes a support level. So then from there we can sort of power up through that and then go as follows. So yeah, we've plotted them two. Get that tool back up, and then we come further down. So now we're more looking at sort of support levels, really. You can see there's a bit around here. If we put that on there, it's come back, gone, come back, up there, and then this as I mentioned before, that's now the support as term resistance, pull back. But one thing to note is that these aren't sort of definitive to the pip lines. If you view them more, I've tried to view them more as areas, and for that you can, if you use this rectangle tool, I tend to draw them out as a little bit of a box really, because then we can see as that it's not to the pip, but it's to the sort of general area. So just copy and paste those and then pop them over there. So there we go. So now we're starting to build a bit of a picture of our support and resistance areas. Put that one on the bottom. There we go. Okay, so then further down we're looking around, but then if you, at the minute this is on the daily chart. If we zoom into the 4-hour chart, sometimes that can actually open up more areas. As you can see here, look, we've got this sort of confirming how strong this is, as in this was a, I'm trying to go mental. This was a support area, it's pulled back up, acted as resistance. This time it's broken through this. This was around the sort of Grexit crisis. That threw quite a lot of stuff out, to be honest. It came back up through it, resistance again, pulled back, resistance, broke through and found another area of resistance, pulled back, it came back up, back down, then we had a bit of choppy price action, managed to peek through, then we had some more consolidation, resistance held again, it pulled back, and then you can see there that we've come through resistance, resistance down, and then that's partially acting as a support. So we can see it does work and it does sort of hold in the markets. So if we look back and we're trading along here, at this point we notice that price has risen up and it's reached our level here. It's reached this sort of resistance level. So this is something we keep an eye on, add it to your watch list or however you sort of work. And then what we'd be looking for is something like we've got here. It's a nice sort of doji or spinning top, however you want to call it. That would be the key for us really, to keep an eye out. And then we're looking at what happens after that. So after that we've got a nice 4-hour candle, a big bearish candle down here, closes down here. Personally, I'd probably be looking to enter short around this level. You've had your rejection of the resistance, as we call it, strong price action, bearish movement out of it, and a big red candle close. To me, that's a sign to get in. From there, you're looking, the next key sort of area where you want to be keeping an eye on the price be when it reaches the next support level. As you can see, it's come down, it's hit this level, and we've had the 2 green sort of candles here. So this would be, at this point, I'll be looking at tightening up the stops. If we show any sort of more bullish movement and a potential resistance, rejection of the support like we have back here, I'd be looking to get out at this point and take the profit. As we can see, we didn't have that. We came through and then we had these nice bearish candles sort of pulled us through the support, which shows they don't always hold, and it's good to keep an eye on the price around these levels. There's further drops down here. There's a lot of pips here if you caught this move, and that all came from rejection of this resistance up here, and that's a good few hundred pips. So hopefully that gave you a bit of an idea on support and resistance. Obviously it's just a quick brief video, I wanted to keep it nice and short, so it's probably not as in-depth as others out there, but hopefully it's sort of all you need to know really on how you can bring this into your trading strategy and use it to good effect. It's something that works well for us, and once you learn how to plot these onto a chart, it's a really, really useful tool. Hopefully you've enjoyed this video. We've got quite a bit more stuff coming. We're filming some more stuff as we speak, and we've got some technical analysis coming, so keep checking back here soon. And if you'd like to subscribe, that would be good, and you can be up to date with the most recent videos. Thanks for watching. Cheers.